So inside the manual on the PDF, we basically go through what all these settings are and all the different icons are. I think it's easiest to kind of show you as we go with the movement of the game. So the one big one I like to show off right away is up at the top you have a timer button. This is the estimated game timer, and it's only going to be as accurate as you are. So if you move a piece and your player moves and you get deep into the game and you start really concentrating about the game and you're kind of forgetting about the notation, if you end up moving the pieces, it's going to only be as accurate at that point as you are. So if you took 2 seconds to move a piece, it's going to show 2 seconds. So we'll go ahead and just act like the game is going to start. Black is going to go ahead and hit the timer. So as soon as they hit the timer, you can hit the estimated timer and it's going to start running. Essentially, the check mark means that it's running at that particular point. And if a tournament director comes and there's like a stoppage in time, you can hit that pause button so it'll pause the time and then continue forward with the tournament. So at this point, I'm thinking on my own time, and I'm going to go ahead and just open up. So here you can see it took me 19 seconds to think about that move, and now Black's going to move. And essentially we'll just keep pushing the pieces. So if we were playing a specific game, let's say we were playing in a time control with sudden death, and we needed to keep track of the clock, that's what this button is up here. This is the time input. So you just go in here and hit the time input, and then essentially you can put the time on the actual chess clock. At that time that you made the move. So you could say like, oh, okay, there's 26 minutes left, and 26 seconds and or 26 minutes and 12 seconds, and hit the OK button. So what that does is it automatically writes it. So when Black moved, there was exactly 26 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock. And since we're playing sudden death, maybe if we have to get to a specific time control and I wanted to keep track of, did I make enough moves, here's where it will show the time on how long the estimated time is. At the very top, we have a stop symbol, and this stop symbol is in the event that you need to do a skip move. So in FIDE, if you're in time control, in the rule book, they want the ability to be able to skip a move. So that if you're in a time control, you can kind of just skip move. So if you hit that button, it'll turn into a big red X, and then down here below you'll have a little arrow key that turns red as well. And then if you're like in really big crazy trouble, you can just skip the moves. And then as you skip those moves, it's just going to write in exactly how long they were, and they're always going to be 0 seconds because you're just skipping moves. It's not going to track on how long you actually took. So at the point that maybe the game is over, you can turn off the red, and then you can use your arrow keys to go back to actually input the moves of what happened. So at move 3, it would be White's move, so we go actually back to a move, so we know it's Black's move, now it's White's move because it's highlighted. So then we could just enter our new move, and then Black would move, and then White would move, and so forth and so on. So that's essentially the skip a move feature. So we'll go ahead and pause the video now because there's still a lot more to get into, and I like to try to keep these videos kind of short. So we'll go ahead and stop at this point.